Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, we are going to be working on the Ford Transit Connect. Had it back from the paint shop, body shop for a couple of days. I did stick a picture on Instagram to show you the result of that, of the rear damage. So yeah, today's the day. We're going to get into that van. We're going to start, putting all the bits and pieces we need to put back together. I want to do a service. I think the EGR valve is sticky or stuck because on the way back from the paint shop, it was just blowing a little bit. I don't think it's turbo related. I do think it's EGR valve. These do suffer from that. So we're going to be stripping that down as well, getting that off, and just seeing if it's loose, just seeing if it is any breakages in it, any issues whatsoever. Yeah. So we're going to bring it inside and then we're going to walk around and I want to show you the repair first. Before I do, I just want to quickly give you an update on the Citroen Berlingo. Now, you know that this had a key and Copart lost the key. It just disappeared, just vanished. No one could find it. So they started an investigation as to what happened, and this morning I've had an email from Copart and they've made their decision. Basically what they're going to do is they're going to reimburse me £200 for one key. They're not going to, they only lost one key, so they can only reimburse me for one key. It's not like they can reimburse me for two keys because they never lost two. I didn't have two keys, I had one key. So 200 quid, I think's fair. I think I'm absolutely happy with that. It could have gone the other way, and they could have gone, nope, we're not going to, it's not down to us, or blah, blah, blah. They could have gone down that route. So 200 quid for the keys. So yeah, I think that's the result. And like I said to you, they did say, don't start the repair until it's been resolved. But, you know what I mean? Look how far we've got already. And I'm days and days in front now because I did start. And yeah, it's the result. So that's been resolved. The key situation is done. So let's get this outside, bring the Transit Connect in. We'll have a walk around. I'll show you the repair and then we'll get cracking with that van. Let's do this. So guys, I've got the Transit Connect in the workshop. Let me show you the repair on the back before we get into doing anything else. Look at that. That is unbelievable. Yeah. When I first saw it, I was just sort of like, wow, I can't believe how well we've done it. It even got the line going through the top there. There's like a line that should be here, look. Not as deep, but it's there. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, incredible. So there we go. That is the back corner repaired. This is a Cat N, don't forget. So it's non-structural. It's down as non-structural anyway. So that's good. But yeah, that's the repair done. I have got some corner. I went and got these corners here. Got to be honest. These are not the colour coded, but they kind of match these sort of plastic trims here. So I've got those to put one each side because the other side's a bit scuffy as well. And I wasn't quite sure if it was going to match properly because it's being plastic. I wasn't quite sure if it was going to look good. So I thought, you know what? Let me just get them two brand new. I'll whip off this one on this side because, yeah, it's all scuffed up. And then we'll just change this one and the other one to match going through. Yeah. So that won't take much to come off that. I think there's one clip there and then it just goes in that way. So unclip it there and pull it this way and it should just pop off. So yeah, going to do that. Obviously going to put the fuel flap back on because I take the fuel flap off to get the colour for the van itself. Yeah, and then we're going to do some work on the front end. I think we'll do the back end first. Yeah, we'll do the back end first, then we'll move it over there on the ramp, and then we can do the front. With the front, like I said to you, I'm getting a bit of a whooshing noise when I'm driving it. It's a strange one, really. It's rather turbo or EGR valve. So at the minute, I'm not quite sure which one it's going to be. But it's not throwing me any codes. I'm not getting nothing on the dash. No engine management light. Nothing like that whatsoever. So, yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, this one. But we're going to do a service as well. Oil change, oil filter, air filter. So we're going to do all that stuff as well. Get all that done. He's had a new timing belt not so long ago. So we ain't got to do that. But yeah, also we've got to do the stereo. It's just not working for some reason. I'm thinking a fuse. But I have managed to sort of just pull it out. It's this one here. Just to check to make sure that the wires in the back and all that sort of is connecting and stuff like that. So yeah, we've got a few bits and pieces to do on this van. Sorry, not car, van. But yeah, it's just going to be a nice quick turn around on this one. It's just another little workhorse, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But it's not ULEZ, so you can't drive it into the ULEZ zone. But I'm sure there's people that don't go into ULEZ, that don't need a ULEZ vehicle, that will be able to use this van, because it is a nice, tidy van. When I'm finished, it's going to be a lovely little van. Got to get MOT'd as well. But let's just see how far we get today. Let's get the back end done first, and then we'll move to the front, jack it up, do the service, and get into that EGR valve. We'll start stripping that down. So yeah, let's crack on. Let's do this. Right, well, there we go. That was the two little caps on the side to put on. It don't look that bad, actually. I've got to be honest. By the time I've cleaned up the arches on the back, I'm going to make those arches look new, like the corners anyway. So, yeah, it's just a case of just finishing it off. Done the fuel flap, put that back in place. That's done. I've just checked, obviously, because of the MOT. Actually, what I didn't check that. I didn't check that. Let me do that. Oh, it does work. Yeah. So that bulb was out. So I just changed that bulb, but I didn't see this one, but it's working. So yeah, all three brake lights work now. Number plate lights work as well. So that's all good. So the back end is kind of done now. So let's move it over on the ramp. Let's move it over on the ramp over here, and then we can make a start on the front. start getting that done. So yeah, bear with me guys, and I'll move it over. So guys, there we go. That is the service done. Oil change, oil filter, air filter. And yeah, that is that part done. So now we can move on to having a look at this EGR valve. I'm going to take it apart and we're going to have a look to see whether or not it's seized in between there or not. It's loose, just to check, because you know they're quite a this is quite a popular problem with these engines, is that EGR valve on these full transit connects. So I just want to have a check of that just to make sure it's good, it's okay. There is actually, when I was underneath this engine, there's an actual brand new sump underneath, so that's good. You know, the next customer, next owner is going to have a brand new sump with this van. The other thing as well I've checked and had a look at are these pads, back and front. Do you know what? They're quite low. They're not seriously low, but I think they're low enough to warrant changing them out. I've checked that side. I just want to quickly check this side. I'm assuming it's going to be the same. Yeah, I think that warrants to be changed, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get you in there. Let me have a quick look, see if I can get you in there. Don't think you can see that, can you? No, I can't get you in there properly. Quite low. So I think we're going to do front pads, basically brake pads all round, back and front. I think it's worth a change them over before we take it for an MOT. But for now, let's continue with the EGR valve. I'll get you set up. Let's get that stripped down first of all. Once we've had a look at that, then we'll start working on the brakes and get those stripped down as well. So yeah, let's continue. Let's do this. Okay, so the EGR valve is here. That's the motor side of it, the motorized part of it. The actual EGR valve is this part, and it's inside there. So you have to sort of take that off to get into it. But I'm not going to go any further with this one because look how clean it is in there. That is so clean. What happens is the carbon, if there's a problem with this EGR valve, all the carbon pushes through and blocks up this part of it. But you can see, like, it's so clean. So, yeah, and it works exactly how it should work. So I'm happy, guys, that can go back on. And that's not our problem. Our problem is somewhere else with this whooshing sound. Now, it's only doing it under boost. So it could be a pipe. Because this is the intercooler. There could be one of these pipes going back that's got a split in the pipe or breaking the pipe or something. I've got to try and find where it's coming from. But there's definitely like a whooshing sound under when it's boosting. Very strange. So we'll have to do a bit more digging, a bit more investigating. Could be that rubber hose there, down to there. Don't know, but I'm going to find it. It could be a split. Quite popular. In these rubber hoses go. Happened on the truck, didn't it? It blew out on the truck. So it's, and that's just because it's under boost, it's under pressure. And they just end up splitting. So, yeah, let's get this back together, put all that back together, because that's definitely not our problem. And then I'm going to jump on the pads back and front on this one as well, start stripping them down. And we're just basically just going through the motions and going through all the little bits and pieces that we need to do on this. Just keep going to see how far we get. So let's do this. Guys, I've come across a little problem, and basically there is no lock-in wheel nut key in this van, and they've got lock-in wheel nuts. So typical, isn't it? But luckily enough, I just smashed over a 19mm multi-spoke socket over, and then just sort of used a breaker bar, and it just undone them. So I've got to do this all the way around now, and then get some normal bolts to put in for the wheel. So yeah, a little bit more work, but at least I'm able to get them off. So let's just keep going, get them all off, get these wheels off, and then we'll get these brake pads changed. But yeah, let's see how far we get. Let's do this. What an absolute nightmare, guys, I have just had with these wheels. Trying to get these locking wheel nut bolts off is unbelievable, it was. But, yeah, this little pickle here, 19mm multi, I've got my others here, mate. Yeah, it was one of these. 19mm, one of them. I'm so tired, I can't think exactly how many points there is on these ones, but anyway, it was one of them that done it. And yeah, they're all off. These were the front pads, so still there is some, you know, meat left on them, I've got to be honest, but I just don't want any advisories on this van. I just want to make sure that it's all been, you know, it's all done, it's all sorted. So I've switched over the front ones. So they're done. And then just cleaned it up a little bit as well. Clean the disc up, clean the caliper up a little bit. Put some copper grease in between as well to make sure that it's not going to stick and rub. So yeah, at least now I know that there's going to be no issues with discs and pads on the MOT. So yeah, nice and new pads there. Discs, there's no lip on that discs, no lip whatsoever. So they're fine. Discs are great unless the discs are warped, but you know, we'll see what the MOT guy says. But I don't think we're gonna have a problem. And then I'm just started to move on to the rear, and yeah, I just need to get see that clip there. That is absolutely seized in those two little holes there. So I'm hoping that I can leave it as it is, or get the heat gun and heat up the metal, and then it should pop out. But yeah, and then we just got to, you know, press those calipers in so we can fit the new pads. Yeah, so again, not that bad. Still some meat left on them, quite a bit actually, on this side. The other side was a little bit different, was it? Going at an angle or something, I can't remember seeing. Can't remember, but yeah, it does seem like there's quite a lot on those. But for what it is, it ain't really worth, you know, messing around with it. I think the rear ones were like 20 quid. So it ain't worth, yeah, you know, messing about. Just get them changed. And then now I'm happy to, yeah, go through the MOT. But unfortunately, guys, we have run out of time. We've done loads of bits and pieces on this van today. We've still got another, probably tomorrow, to get this one done. And then obviously I'll clean the wheels, get those all cleaned up before I put them back. You know, I like to do that. And then, yeah, just carry on. But we've still got a few bits and pieces to do tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get down to the reason why the stereo don't work. Hopefully I can find out why it's blowing under boost, because that's definitely an issue. That goes down to the turbo, so that feels really loose. So maybe it's just popped out off the turbo. I don't really know at this point, but we're going to see what is going on, you know, in tomorrow. And then clean it up and then get it for an MOT. Don't think an MOT tomorrow, but we'll definitely hopefully get it pushed forward and finished. All that we need to do in tomorrow's video. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop me a comment if you've got anything to say. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys in the next one tomorrow. Take care. See you soon.